Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys are seeing this, then Atta Texana ended up flying. If not, then well, you're not going to be seeing this. But yeah, so I've been monitoring the weather for the past couple days, and especially the end half of today, and it does seem that Atta Texana is looking probable, even though it is early in the season. I do think they'll fly, and I have this many deli cup setups ready. I've had them saved from last season, so I would say each one can hold 3 to 4 queens. The bigger ones can hold 5, and then I have a couple of these. But obviously that's not enough, not nearly enough to as many queens that we can catch. So I'm gonna be making some more right now, and yeah. But I mean, I would say for this flight, these many should be enough. So these are the stuff I'm probably gonna bring: 2 large containers for collecting, 2 headlamps, I guess, a vacuum just in case, a black light, of course, along with a white towel that's in my bag, and of course a shovel, and I have a bigger one that I will use to dig up founding chambers. So we're here, conditions look pretty promising.
What happened?
So our first spot got rained out, so we're gonna go to another spot, and now we're south. So our other spot is getting us some queens, as you can see. This is huge. We decided to change spots, and there's just queens everywhere here. I'm really happy that I decided to choose this spot. Honestly, this is just awesome. This one right here is a male. As you can see, they're smaller than the queens. It's a bit smaller. Just running around here near the lights looking for any queens. I think is this a queen? Another male. Okay, that's horrible. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this is awesome. This is great. Look at this, our first DLate, boys, ladies and gentlemen. We got our first DLate. Let's freaking go. Holy shit.
5 minutes later.
Queens everywhere here. A lot of them are unfortunately being hunted by Invicta. This is honestly really awesome. We hit the flight perfectly almost. Our first spot, unfortunately, we were super unlucky. Didn't get too many queens. Didn't get any queens because they didn't even end up flying there. Unfortunately, this spot, I mean, last year, unfortunately, I had a shit ton of queens that are just infertile. I think I caught like 180 queens, and I had like 8 DLates out of all of them, which is horrible. Because the winged queens, I've never seen an Atta queen that has wings that has ever unfortunately been what do you call it, fertile. But yeah, I'm literally raining with queens. I am gonna be digging chambers, so I'll make some more content of that when that actually ends up happening. So this is just one light, and I've caught maybe 30-ish queens from here. Look at this queen flying. Oh, this is a beetle, never mind. Another DLate right here. Insane. I mean, my bucket already has so many queens. This is absolute insanity. I mean, there's just queens everywhere here. I'm hoping that after the flight, we can dig some founding chambers. That is my plan, but I do have to go to school because today is unfortunately a school day. So my classes start a little later today, but I still have to get to school on time, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would be here all day. You can see this queen is digging a founding chamber. So like all these holes here, as you can see, they're all founding chambers. And I'm waiting till the swarm actually, look, you can see 2 queens here just digging up their chambers. And after the swarm, my plan is to go ahead and dig up all these chambers, and I'm hoping that I can get a bunch of queens from just doing that as well, because they're all their chambers here are all along the sidewalk Another issue is Invicta is absolutely murdering the crap out of half these queens. I saw them swarming. They killed a good amount of queens, unfortunately. I mean, I'm seeing they're mostly killing males, which is a good thing. They're mostly murdering the males, which I don't mind at all. But yeah, I'll update you guys. Another deal late here. I'll update you guys maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Right now I have a good amount. My dad's also collecting with me, luckily, so he probably has, probably half the amount that I do. I mean, he's not as good as collecting, but he still collects a good amount, so that's good. You can literally see that there are queens stuck here on the side of these cars because they land right on top of the lights. You can see that the queens are just there. I'm hoping a lot of the alates that I collect will shed their wings. I'm collecting as many alate. I'm hoping the alates that I collect can do that. I mean, I'm collecting obviously as many as I can. Yeah, I'm probably gonna move spots because this spot has gotten kind of dry, and there are like a lot more lights. I can go up to that Hampton Inn over there and see if I can catch any from there as well. And then there's obviously all these chambers that we can dig up here. Let me see if I can actually see a couple of queens digging them and get some, not even footage, trying to get some queens out of it. Oh, nothing here. Okay, I'll update you guys at our next stop. So it's been, I would say, like 20 minutes, and I'm still catching a ton of queens. We're right outside a motel of some sort, and I'm honestly just still going crazy. They're literally like everywhere alongside the sidewalk or pavement, I guess you could call it. So yeah, we're still going good. Honestly, when I stop getting the swarm of queens, which I'm getting right now, I'll probably end up, again, as I've said previously, digging chambers, which I will definitely record for you guys. Should be a great experience. Honestly, I wish I had a shovel on me, but unfortunately it's in the car, so you always have to wait a little bit more. A lot of these queens have just been stepped on, unfortunately, that one included. Maybe we could check those lights over there as well. Yeah, all these queens are, a lot of these queens here are just flipped over. Like for example, this one, and like you flip her back over and make sure her wing just isn't wet and she should be fine. And then a lot of times they just don't have a chance to dealate because of that, so they just could also be fertile and you just don't know. Which is why I like to collect all these queens, which I'm doing right now, even if they are flipped over. And I remember last year there were like 5 queens flipped over and they were like drowned, and like 30 minutes after they just like became alive again. Believe it or not, it's not even an understatement. They just started moving again. Another alate here, I don't know, she looks kind of weird. Yeah, she looks kind of injured of some sort. I don't know what's wrong with her. There's like 3 queens just right here. Let's collect these. 1, 2, another 3rd queen. The crazy part is this flight was super early. So Atta usually flies, I would say, April, May. Not late April, but I would say mid to late April. And they're flying early April with weather that's not too optimal for them. The flight occurred when it was a bit windy, which is pretty awesome that they ended up flying. You can see the queens are just trying to make their chambers, and they're unable to because they're just digging in straight concrete. More queens. This is an insane spot. I have a good amount of queens. I'm really happy with the amount that I've caught so far. Obviously, we're gonna keep collecting. Not too many, obviously, because you don't want to hurt this population. But yeah, we're gonna definitely keep collecting. This is insane. There's more queens here. About Atta, if you all wanted to know, Atta Texana is, I think, the 2nd biggest Atta in the USA. The other one being Atta Mexicana. It's only found in Arizona. And the queens are basically always infertile because, unfortunately, the population there isn't good. And from what I've heard, no one is, maybe a couple people out of thousands, queens have been able to found there, which is pretty insane. Pretty insane. So you can see some of the queens, like this one, ends up just getting swarmed and eaten by Invicta. And this one over here too, that was a DLA, dang. And another issue is I've literally seen these Atta queens just swarming and digging straight into Invicta mounds, and the Invicta just don't even have to do anything. They just swarm them and the queens die right there. This is a really good spot. I've honestly gotten a ton of queens just from this. Yeah, about that, the ants I've caught this season, I've caught placodopes down south. I've caught some discipins and Campanodus discipins and Campanodus pennsylvanicus as well. I've also caught I would say maybe like a good amount of the spring flights. I'm still waiting on pennsylvanicus to fly, and I'm still waiting on damn, what is that? Oh, that's a spider. That's cool. Look, this is a spider that ended up catching a male. That's cool. That is cool. So now at this point, we're only getting DLAs. So if I see an alate, that's honestly a bad sign 99% of the time, unless, as I showed before, they're in water. But like, look at this beautiful queen. Honestly, this is just so beautiful, bro. I'm so happy that I ended up catching this flight. We got super lucky. Thank God. Thank God that we ended up catching them. I put in a lot of hard work to this flight, and I'm so happy that we were able to hit this flight perfectly. I mean, honestly, this is definitely, I've caught two other flights. This is definitely the biggest. This has definitely gotten me the most DLAtes by far. Definitely gotten me the most DLAtes. And I'm hoping that some populations will fly again and again. Because I've seen that Attas could probably fly a few times. I know they have at least 2-ish main flights. I would say 2-ish main flights. Yeah, that sounds about right. 2-ish main flights, and then they have like maybe 2 or 3 more smaller flights. This is definitely a main flight, just because of the sheer amount of DLAtes that we're catching. So I would probably not go to this location that I'm at again. I'd try other spots. So like the place that they didn't fly for me today, that was the original spot that I was going into. Oh my God, you can see there's like 10 queens digging into a chamber. Holy, that is insane. Let's just dig them out. This is insane. The last queen looks like she went deep into the chamber. Unfortunate. We'll let her go. Another thing that's super cool that actually I just realized after seeing all those Atta Texana are the only species in the US of Atta. There's only Atta that and then Atta Mexicana that are polygynous, which means that they can have more than one queen. That is typically pretty rare. That is typically pretty rare for Atta to have. I mean, I know for sure that Atta Mexicana definitely only have 1 queen. My personal Atta queen that I have at home actually has 2 queens. I've seen people go all the way from 1 Atta Texana queen colony to a 6 queen colony, which is honestly insane. Look at the bucket that we got going on here. And the crazy part is 99, I would say, not 99. 99 is an over exaggeration. I would say about 85 to 90% of those are DLAtes, which, I mean, DLAtes generally speaking, hopefully mean that the queens are fertile. If nothing on this part. So I'm gonna keep checking around this motel area. We're gonna keep checking around, and yeah, I'll definitely record me catching some more queens. So yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to dig any chambers. I had a great time, and I want to thank everyone that's watched the video this far. I'm gonna maybe you'll see in this video, I'll put them in their deli cup setups and maybe boost them. If not, then see you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This was definitely one of the funnest flights I've ever experienced. And I'm hoping, because only a few places actually ended up flying. So there's definitely more opportunity for them to fly in other places. So you'll see that, hopefully. See ya.